Hello, beautiful people. I just am here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I just am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and customs in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne of God, it ain't gonna stop me. Angel number 30. All right, let's get into it. I'm just gonna go ahead and start this off with a star seed. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, we come to you as humbly as we know how to just say thank you. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Now, God, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me. Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. Ashe. All right. I love it. So the two messages that came out is trust your ability to create the vision in your soul. Angel number 111, which I actually really love that. I feel like that is very straightforward. God is just saying trust that you have the capability to bring your dreams about. And then the other card that came out is inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. And so I feel like this message, along with creations, being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. And so I feel like this message is just coming out because God wants you to know that being a creative being is just simply a part of your DNA. It's like who you are. It's who you are meant to be. The reason why you have these visions and these desires on your mind is because God wants you to bring it about. A lot of us have been taught that the power of God is outside of us, but God cannot do anything. Our spiritual beings can't do anything if we don't choose, angel number 202, to actually bring these dreams about. And I feel like what God is saying so often, a lot of us are not sure how to get to the road of our dreams, and God just wants you to know that you're never alone. You always have this power within you, but the way to get there is to decide on the inside that you're worthy of having those dreams. And I also feel like, and not just deciding that you're worthy on the inside, I feel like what this inner alchemy is achieved when you react from fear with love. I feel like that's what God is trying to get you to understand. Like, that's the insight. You always know if you're moving towards your goals or if you're moving in your life path, if you, based on the decisions that you're making and why you're making those decisions. So if you're making decisions from a place of fear, then yeah, you're not going to be able to bring these visions about. You're not going to be a creative being because you're doing things from a scared place. But if you do it from a place of love, which is the highest energy there is, you're tapping into your God source, and then your God, guardian angels, and ancestors can help you do all those things that you want, okay? Angel number 313. But don't take my word for it. I'm actually going to go ahead and go to our money and law of attraction cards. Dear God, guardian ancestors, what tool do you have for us to help us understand that we are spiritual beings, that we can bring our visions alive, and it has nothing to do about what we went to school with, what we went to school with, or who we went to school for, where we grew up. God, clarify this message of vision, inner alchemy, and creations. Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. Ashe. All right. So I actually really love this. The two cards that came out. The two cards that came out is for vision, trust in the ability to create the visions in your soul, is I want to harmonize with my desires. Anytime you feel a negative emotion, stop and say something is important here. Otherwise, I will not be feeling this negative emotion. What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. In that moment, you turn your attention to what you want. The negative attraction will stop. And in that moment, the negative attraction stops. The positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, you will feel good. In that moment, your feelings will change from not feeling good to feeling good. That is a process of pivoting. And so I feel like for some of you guys, you have these visions that are on your mind, and it's making you frustrated. And what God is saying is that instead of being frustrated or being like, well, how can instead of being frustrated, like, well, why do I keep thinking about this? This is annoying. I don't know how to possibly do it. God is just saying, just play with the idea that this vision can actually happen. How would you feel if you would just imagine that vision was a real possibility? Wouldn't that change your energy? You would probably be excited. And I feel like I actually have a message, I actually have a video on here that we speak all about this, and is that the vision is the answer to the prayer. And that's what God is trying to get you to understand. Like, he's not giving you these visions to make you feel like it's impossible or to make you feel like you can't attain it. He's giving you these visions to get you excited and for you to start moving towards it. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you just feel like it's impossible, it's out of reach, and God is giving you this message and sending me here to tell you, I want you to start harmonizing with what feels good. I want you to start playing with what if that vision can actually come to life, okay? If you do that, I feel like that's how you can achieve some inner alchemy. God is saying a lot of us, we feel overwhelmed because we think about like we have to realize that our power as a human being and as a spiritual being is that we have a power that's greater than us. And that if you could just understand the concept that we are vibrational beings, and that your energy and that the way that you feel every day is the signals that you are sending out to the universe. And so if you get these visions and they don't excite you, then what God is trying to get you to understand that you have to do some inner alchemy and ask, well, why doesn't it excite me? Why does me standing on the stage in front of millions of people give me anxiety or make me feel like it's impossible for me to reach? Why don't I feel like I can make this dream possible? Like, these are questions you have to ask yourself. Nobody is going to teach, nobody's going to, I just want you to understand, nobody can help you bring your visions to life if you won't even acknowledge that there's something that you really want. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to accept that you have the ability to create whatever this vision you have in your mind. And I talk a lot about, certain lifestyles that I want to live, but this could be a vision of a mate. You could just be having like dreams about this person that you never even met. And it can make you feel frustrated and you want to like block it away. But what if that's God telling you that person is out there? Why would you block yourself from love? Why would you even want to block out that possibility? So God is saying that the visions are showing you all of the possibilities. And I don't know if I said that, but there's a video on this channel that says the vision is the answer to the prayer. You keep praying to God, I want change, I want love, angel number 755, and he's giving you these visions, and you just like, I want it, I don't understand. And God is like, if you would just harmonize with your desires, if you would harmonize with what feels good, if you would get control of your thoughts and pay more attention to what you want instead of what you don't want, you can have it. Let's read this message of I have control of my thoughts. Since you have control over what thoughts you offer, what could be more just than the powerful law of attraction responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration? Once you gain control over the thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside, and you will be replaced with exuberance for life and the zest to create that which you were born with. Let everything in the universe be an example to you of how the laws of the universe work. And this is what God is, he's giving you this message about inner alchemy. And I want you to understand, when you begin, I think I told y'all, maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. Last year was the first time that I decided I'm going to live my life for love. I'm not going to do a single thing from a place of fear. My whole life changed. And I want you to understand that it's not that it was easy. It's hard. When you are used to doing things or being a people pleaser or not rocking the boat, it's like sometimes just you honoring yourself is rocking the boat, because people are like, bitch, bro, who the fuck are you to have feelings? Like, girl, you always go with the flow. Who are you to have standards now? It's not easy to begin to just live from a place of love and not fear, but it's necessary in order to have the life that you ultimately want, okay? Last message that came out: for every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. For within every particle of the universe is that which is wanted as well as the lack of which is wanted. When you focus upon an unwanted aspect of something in an effort to push it away from you, it only comes closer. So when you say, and I have said this, I don't want to be like my mama. I don't want to be like my mama. And so I was like hoarding money. I was spending money like I was scared. And then guess what? I ended up in predicaments just like my mama. Because what you have to understand is what you think about is what you get. So if you're thinking, I don't want to be like this, I want to be like this, the universe don't hear, I don't want to be like this. Your subconscious not hearing, I don't want to be, it's hearing, be this, be this, be this, because that's what your attention is on. So that's why God is saying, if you could just focus on the vision, if you could focus on love, if you could focus on how your life could be and not what's going wrong, things would be better. I think we have to realize that, we have these tools of journaling, of breathing, of meditating, of yoga, not because that shit is cool. Like, we have turned these things into a fad to have like a checklist. But these things are tools to keep you focused on a vision, to keep you focused on where you're going. This week, I started doing yoga in the morning again, and I just feel the difference in my body, in my mind, and how I'm processing things. Do that mean I didn't have a moment where I cried or broke down this week? No, I definitely did. But it really, I cried, and then I had to ask myself, okay, what do I want though? I just want to get out the situation. Okay, what's going to help you get out the situation? Finishing your book. Okay, so if finishing your book going to help you get out the situation, then why ain't you working on your book? Things become very, very simple when you know the vision that you're trying to create, when you know what you're focused on. And so I had to change because I was forgetting my tools. I was starting work, being in work, and then I get frustrated. And I'm like, oh, this not here. And I had to remind myself, hey, the beauty of being able to work from home, the beauty of your job is that you can structure your day. Create a fucking task list and deal with that shit later. Focus on what's number one. And number one is these videos. Number one is honestly, sis. Number one is your book. You got so much shit to do when you focused on all the shit that's wrong. What sense does that make? So I had to take accountability for where my attention was. And I had to say, oh, I'm tripping. Let me reel it back in and let me focus on what's really important. And what's really important is this vision. Bringing this vision to light. Harmonizing with my desires. Getting control of my thoughts. So when I do find myself in this negative spiral, I can say, oh, wait. How can I focus on what I do want? How can I learn how to pivot under any and all conditions? This channel is here, and my hope and my wish is just to show everybody that the struggles that we go through in life is not some indicator that we are fucked up. It's not some indicator that, oh, I'm black, I can't have love, or I can't have. No, we have to override that shit and start taking accountability for our actions and our choices and our decisions. How long are we going to keep living out these narratives that have been put upon us 400 and 500 years ago? Like, at what time are we going to stop and say, that's not us? We know how the world is trying to dictate us. We know how the media want to dictate us. We know how white people view us, but that's not us. Let's change it. And it doesn't come by somebody, me, rising up, somebody leader. No, it comes by everybody looking at it, looking their goddamn self in the face and saying, that's not me. Just because I'm strong, just because I'm ambitious, just because I'm intelligent, don't mean I'm not worthy of love. Don't mean that I have any less chance of getting married or going down the aisle. I'm not about to lower myself, lower my expectations, lower who the fuck I'm supposed to be. No. That's moving in fear. I'm going to be as strong as I have to be, as confident as I need to be, as ambitious as I need to be, because guess what? The nigga for me is going to do the exact same goddamn thing. And this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. The sacrifice that we're making is the fear. But if we could just, go through this period of being uncomfortable and start moving in love, then we can have all we want. We don't have to compromise. The compromise comes when we're not living in harmony with our desires. When we're not living in harmony with the vision that God has for our life. I'm not even in the church like that, but they say it in the Bible. God says, I know the visions I have for you. The visions of a future for you. To not harm you, but to prosper you. To give you hope and to give you a future. Niggas go to church every fucking day and don't even think about that shit. Would you think God just put us down here to just fucking suffer? To just go have a goddamn 9 to 5? No. The cycle stop. You have to be the one to stop the cycle. You have to be the one that say, I don't give a fuck who I lose, who don't talk to me, how crazy I look. I'm going to do everything in my fucking being to bring this vision to life. And if that means that in order to bring this vision to life, I have to learn to get control over my thoughts, I have to learn to get control over my attention and my focus, I'm going to do it because it's worth it. Is your dreams worth it? Is your dreams worth you changing your fucking behavior? Is your dream worth you being uncomfortable for a little bit? Is your dream worth you being isolated so you can do what the fuck you need to do to become who the fuck you need to become? Is it worth it to you? Or would you rather keep living life as it is? Because the thing is, you know how life can be because you're living it. So either you can choose to keep living the bullshit that you've been living for 5 years, or you could go ahead and be uncomfortable for a year or two to get yourself exactly where you want to be. The choice is yours. Angel number 1635. I'm going to come down. I felt myself getting hyped. Let's go ahead. We're going to end this with a work your light. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me tell y'all. Something. Let me tell y'all something about these ancestors. Every time I feel like I tap into that energy, them niggas are like, yeah, take over this shit. This your world. Like, they just, they be ready. Like, and I get it. I want y'all to understand, I'm somebody, to know me 10 years from now and to see me now, it's two totally different people. I wouldn't even have thought I would have been who I am now. But I'm not somebody, I feel ignorant saying this, but I hated history in school. I actually used to go to sleep in high school. That was my sleep. That was my nap time. I hated it. I didn't like history. I didn't want to learn it. I didn't see the value in it. Like, to me, it was just always about slavery, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. If there's a TV show or something coming out, I don't want to watch that shit. Like, I am not somebody that's going to just dwell in my history. That's not me. I'm not that girl. And so I went to Hampton. And even when I went to Hampton, I feel like I had my first real history class. And this lady, y'all, I mean, I can't wait to have a movie. I can't wait to have this movie. But she was like the blackest lady ever. Like, she had her, she was just the shit. Like, I love this woman. And we didn't have no books. We didn't have nothing. Like, she would just come to class and just talk. And we would be like, like the whole fucking class period. Like, but I also became racist after that because she just opened my eyes to so much. Like, our final exam was to like go online and look at the white supremacy message boards and stuff. And these niggas back then in 2006 and 2007 was organizing shit. And they was still on their shit. And I was like, damn. But now you see it today, you're like, wow, like these niggas, I mean, they just always been doing it. Like, they never took a time. You think white supremacy took a time off? They have not. Like, they just been always about it. But then even after that class, I think when, because after that, I want to say President Obama became president. So then it was like, okay, like we got a black president. We have overcome. I remember that night when he became president, our resident advisor, like our dorm director or whatever, she had like The Change Gonna Come was playing. Like, girl, we flooded the streets. Like, you just would have thought black people hit the lottery. Like, reparations. Remember that skit with Dave Chappelle about reparations? That was Hampton University that night. Like, it was a fucking moment. Okay, I can't wait to put this in a movie. Anyways, I say all that to say, even after all of that, I still was not like, I love black people, you know, like, I still was not on some black history shit. Like, and I remember, like, I just still refused to even believe, like, you know, like, like, remember how Kanye had that line, like, racism's still alive, they just be concealing it. Like, I just didn't want to believe the world was like that. And then I got in corporate America, and I worked in public accounting, and then Trayvon Martin happened. And then quickly after Trayvon, Mike Brown. And I think it was actually Mike Brown, because I remember I was out of town for work, and I just like collapsed in my like hotel room because I just couldn't believe. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, how's this happening again? Like, I just really felt that way. Like, my heart, like, seeing those, like, the trucks, and it's just like, what the fuck? This is a fucking civil rights film in 2020, you know, like, it was too much. So of course I feel like with all of us, it awakened, you know, this desire. It really didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to be an activist. I didn't go to no marches. Like, that's what I'm like. I just want y'all to understand, I'm not that girl. So when I say this shit, I'm saying it from a spiritual perspective. I'm saying it because I hear them saying this is your shit. Okay, I say all that to say that. And it really took thank God for Misha Green, for me to see my ancestors being, you know, shown in their full glory and as a full humanized human being, for me to understand, like, oh, they wasn't no bitches. You know, like, they wasn't submissive. Like, they were strong as fuck. Like, I mean, they were just about it. And from there, I grew to a hunger, a desire to want to understand more. And then thank God that we live in this streaming world where there's documentaries, and I'm going to get, you know, Malcolm X book because I just feel so connected to him, and Number 2202. And so it's like, now I'm seeing the benefit of, like, okay, I really need to understand our history. I really need to, like, and it's not even like I need to go back and do all, it's just like, I just want to know, I need to understand Malcolm thinking. I want, you know, like, it's like, I want to hear speeches. Like, I just need to know from that point of view, because it's not like it's not like I'm doing it for like a history exercise. It's more of like, I want to understand the person. I want us to understand Malcolm as a person. I want to understand, like, I'm an intellect, you know, like, I love information. So it's like, I want to hear how they were thinking and speaking so that I can, like, implement that in my life. And I can hear, you know, because I learned from hearing. Anyways, I say all that to say that you gotta trust that you can bring these visions to life. Like, I get that it's scary. I get that it's hard. I get that nobody wants to, you know, be the one that goes against their family. Nobody wants to be the black sheep. But sometimes, you know, we have just been in like a really fucked up cycle as a people. And so it's really on us to, like, not be afraid to turn away from our family and to really move towards the things that we love. Okay, message for somebody. All right, God, final message. Vision, inner alchemy, creation. God, clarify this message of, I want to harmonize with my desires. I have control over the thoughts I think, and my intention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. What do you want us to get us to understand about gaining control of our thoughts and focusing on our visions and really harmonizing with our desires? How can we override fear, God, so that we can get closer and closer to the things that we love? In God's name I pray. I hate that I went out on a tangent, but it happens. This is what the channel's for. Okay, so the card that we're going to focus on is the Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? I feel like this card has came out on the channel before. Angel number 2405. I feel like that is perfect card to end it with. The underlying energy is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light to fit in? And I feel like that's just God confirming for a lot of you guys that some of your social circles, some of your families, even some of your close friends, like, they may not necessarily be be best for you. They may not be the best influences. And I feel like what God is saying is that if you find yourself, you know, dimming your light or like biting your tongue, and I realized that, like, I realized because at my job, there's just, you know, it's just crazy. And sometimes I feel like I'm like speaking up too much and being like, oh my God, Amber, why do you care so much? Why can't you just shut up? But then I had to this week, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want to be in an environment where I can't speak my truth. I don't want to be in an environment where I can see something wrong and I be shamed for saying that. No, I'm going to speak my truth. I have to speak my truth wherever I am at. And if I'm in an environment that doesn't celebrate truth, then that's not an environment for me, right? Okay, so do not dim your light to fit in. All right, warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling is what we're going to end on. So, shit. Angel number 56. All right, have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul led life is not all fluff and smooth sailing. Living a life and soul filled life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have towards answering a call, the more important it is for our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indicator that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage. In her famous line, I am not afraid, I was born to do this. But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you're feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you could look at your fears in this light, then, as uncomfortable as it may feel, it is actually a sign that you are on the right track. Angel number 2630. And I actually am feeling so guided to read this message of don't fit in. So I am going to actually end the message with that. Don't dim your light to fit in. Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding and you are a part of the universe. So expanding is a part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away. They are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable, it's because you are shining on a light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not. Keep your light on anyway. All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves. That's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the provision of I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. How are you dimming your light to fit in? All right, y'all. So I'm going to actually just leave the message with that to wrap this up. God is just asking you, how are you dimming your light to fit in? Are you truly, truly doing everything to get you closer and closer to your goals? Or are you shrinking yourself to fit in? If you are, the answer is why. And how can you turn your attention to stop? All right, y'all. Angel number 2828. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you. And never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. See you soon.